Something's boiling beneath the Texas soil, and it's not just oil. Landman Trailer 2 pulls us deeper into a world where power, loyalty, and ambition collide. We're not just watching a drama, we're watching a war unfold in slow motion. And this time, it's personal. From the first second to the final frame, this new trailer is packed with clues about who's rising, who's falling, and who's faking it all. Let's dig into everything this trailer reveals and everything it hides. The trailer kicks off with a wide shot of a dusty oil field under a blazing sun. It's harsh, raw, and grounded in reality, a fitting mood setter for the intense journey ahead. The setting feels alive with pressure. Machines roar, trucks move in and out, and there's a strange beauty in the chaos. This is not a place for the weak. It immediately tells us that Landman isn't just about the oil business. It's about survival. We then get our first glimpse of Billy Bob Thornton's character, Tommy Norris. He walks through a site like a man who knows he owns it, or at least pretends to. The camera holds on his face for a few extra beats. His expression is calm but calculating. He doesn't say a word, but the silence is loud. That's what great acting does. It makes you lean in, and Tommy already feels like a man with secrets buried deeper than the oil wells. Then we cut to a rapid montage. Flashes of workers arguing, someone getting punched near a rig, and a glimpse of flames. It's chaos in snapshots. But one frame stands out. A mysterious woman in a sharp suit stepping out of a black SUV. She's not named, but the way the scene slows as she appears hints that she's going to shake things up. Is she a government official? A new investor? A rival? Either way, she's not just passing through. Another scene shows a tense dinner table moment. Tommy sits at the head while others shift uncomfortably in their seats. There's a toast, but it doesn't feel like a celebration. The music swells. You can feel the weight in the room, like everyone knows something terrible is coming, but no one's ready to say it out loud. These scenes show us Landman is a character-driven drama where business and personal lives blur in dangerous ways. We also get a few key lines of dialogue that act like puzzle pieces. Tommy says, "You don't get to the top without stepping on a few toes." Then, in another scene, someone warns him, "One mistake out here, and you're done." These quotes paint the emotional map, ambition, fear, and the threat of collapse. It's about building empires on shaky ground. There's a sharp moment where a younger character, possibly a new recruit or a family member, stares at the drilling operation like he doesn't belong. His arc might be about choosing between family loyalty and personal values. His presence feels important, like he'll be our emotional anchor in a world full of broken people chasing power. The trailer ends on a quiet but chilling note. Tommy stands alone at night looking over the oil fields. The lights flicker in the distance. He lights a cigarette, exhales slowly, and says, "It's not about oil. It's about who controls the fire." That line hits hard. It tells us everything. This show is about power, risk, and control. It's not just a business story. It's a human story dressed in money and mud. Visually, the trailer is shot in a way that feels cinematic but grounded. The color tone is warm but dusty, full of oranges and browns that match the rugged land. The soundtrack is a mix of subtle country and slow-burning suspense, building tension without being too loud. Every sound, from oil pumps to doors slamming, adds to the mood. What's also interesting is what the trailer doesn't show. We don't see who the main enemy is. We don't get a clear sense of the central conflict. And that's on purpose. It's not a typical action drama. It's slow-burn storytelling, much like Yellowstone, but with a more corporate twist. The enemy might not be a person. It might be ambition itself. In short, Trailer 2 gives us a clearer picture of what's at stake, but still keeps its biggest cards hidden. And that's what makes it effective. It trusts the audience to piece the clues together, and it promises a drama that's more than just boardroom deals and land grabs. It's about the price of power and the people it consumes. A trailer can show a lot, but sometimes it's the faces that say the most. And in Landman Trailer 2, every face tells a story, especially the new ones we didn't expect. Paramount Plus isn't just selling us oil fields and family feuds, they're delivering a powerhouse cast that's about to shake up your screen. Let's break down who's back, who's new, and what their presence means for this high-stakes drama. At the center of it all is Billy Bob Thornton, returning as Tommy Norris, a man who knows the rules of the game and knows how to bend them. Thornton isn't just playing a role, he becomes this character. You can see it in the smallest moments, the stare that lingers too long, the way he walks into a room like he owns the air in it. He brings that same quiet intensity we saw in Goliath, but this time with dirt under his nails and something darker behind his eyes. But here's where things get exciting. The trailer introduces Ali Larter, known for her sharp roles in Heroes, and The Resident. She's shown briefly in a boardroom scene, speaking to a group of men with total control. We don't get her character's name yet, but it's clear she's no side character. The way she stares down Tommy, unmoved by his charm or threats, hints that she's either an ally with limits or a rival with leverage. Expect fireworks, another big reveal. Michelle Randolph, fresh off her 1923 fame, appears in a softer scene by a truck at dusk. Her character seems grounded, maybe even emotionally torn. In one quick exchange, we see her looking up at Tommy, asking, "Is this really who we are now?" That single question opens up a world of possibilities. Is she family? A moral compass? Or someone caught in the crossfire? Her casting adds a younger, more emotional layer to a cast otherwise built on grit. Then there's Jacob Lofland, who's no stranger to rough Southern roles. He's seen arguing with another man near a drilling rig, throwing his helmet down in frustration. That moment says a lot. He's the kind of character who doesn't follow orders, maybe doesn't fit in, but still matters. Possibly a rebellious worker or even a whistleblower type. His scenes feel urgent, like he's carrying information no one else wants to hear. And that's always dangerous. Also briefly seen as Kayla Wallace, her appearance sparking buzz already. In the trailer, she's caught in a quiet conversation with an unknown man in a car, her tone serious, her eyes locked. It's a blink and you miss it moment, but the tension is unmistakable. Is she playing someone connected to the political side of things? A journalist? A fixer? Her casting adds another mystery layer, and it's clear the writers want us guessing, while the trailer keeps several roles under wraps. A few scenes drop visual hints about character roles. For example, a man in a military-style jacket appears near the climax of the trailer, shaking Tommy's hand. His posture is stiff, his tone unreadable. No name is given, but it screams government involvement. Whether it's environmental, enforcement, legal pressure, or something more secretive, his inclusion opens a new dimension to the story. One thing's for sure, the Landman cast isn't just big, it's well-balanced. You've got the veteran weight of Billy Bob Thornton leading the way, but the supporting cast brings fresh energy and emotional contrast. It's not just a show about oil tycoons stomping through Texas, it's about people smart, flawed, desperate people fighting for control, redemption, and in some cases, survival. And let's not forget the behind-the-scenes talent guiding these performances. The show is co-created by Taylor Sheridan, the mastermind behind Yellowstone, mayor of Kingstown, and Tulsa King. Sheridan has a gift for writing characters that feel real, not because they're perfect, but because they're messy and morally gray. The cast he's assembled here feels like an extension of that same storytelling DNA, layered, unpredictable, and impossible to ignore. What makes Landman different from other ensemble dramas is that every character, even those with just seconds of screen time, feels like they're holding something back. Whether it's secrets, guilt, ambition, or fear, everyone's wearing a mask, and the cast knows how to use that silence. This isn't a show filled with dramatic shouting matches. It's more dangerous than that. It's people making quiet decisions that could ruin everything. The chemistry between characters is already visible in the trailer. The way Tommy looks at Larter's character says history. The way Randolph steps back from an argument says hesitation. The cast isn't just playing their roles, they're reacting, testing each other, building tension. With every glance and pause, casting is storytelling, and with Landman, every choice feels intentional. Every new face isn't just a name, it's a potential twist, a rival, a turning point. From rising stars to proven talent, this show is shaping up to be a performance-driven juggernaut. And if this trailer is just a taste, imagine what the Full season will bring once these characters start to collide. Asterisk. There's one thing Taylor Sheridan never does by accident, and that's plot setup. If you've been following his work from Yellowstone to Mayor of Kingstown, you already know that every line, every look, and every background detail carries weight. Landman Trailer 2 is no exception. While it keeps the big secrets locked tight, it quietly drops some powerful hints. So let's break down what this trailer may be really telling us, and dive into some bold fan theories that just might turn out to be true. First, let's talk about the tone. The trailer opens in silence, no music, just the wind and the mechanical hum of oil rigs. That quiet tells us everything. This show isn't going to be loud in the usual way. It's going to be a slow, heavy burn. This isn't a flashy power trip. It's about people sinking slowly, one decision at a time, and that tension, it's a clue. The plot will likely be character-driven, built around internal conflict just as much as external threats. Now, the biggest plot thread hidden in plain sight revolves around Tommy Norris, Billy Bob Thornton's character. In the trailer, we see him walking the oil fields with confidence, but later, alone at night, his expression cracks. One shot shows him staring at a letter. Another shows him burning papers in a barrel. So what's he hiding? Here's the theory. Tommy built his empire on something illegal or morally questionable, and it's finally catching up to him. The show might follow his struggle to protect what he's built while the truth slowly bleeds out. The trailer also hints at a power shift. There's a moment where a group of workers confronts a man in a suit, yelling about stolen wages or unsafe conditions. It's quick, but it stands out. This could mean that the central conflict won't just be corporate, it might be about the people on the ground rising up. One theory suggests that a strike or whistleblower event could spark a chain reaction, threatening Tommy's entire operation from the inside. Then there's the scene with Ali, Larder's character speaking calmly in a boardroom. She says, "We're not here to dig, we're here to dominate." That's not just a bold line, that's a mission statement. So who is she really? Some believe she's representing a massive energy firm, possibly even a foreign-backed group trying to buy up American land and resources. If true, Landman could explore themes of corporate takeover, land rights, and national pride, especially in a Texas setting, but there's a deeper theory going around. What if Ali Larder's character isn't just a rival, but someone from Tommy's past? An ex-partner? A former ally he betrayed to get ahead? The trailer shows them exchanging a long, tense stare, and it doesn't feel like business rivalry, it feels personal. If this theory holds, her arrival could be a reckoning. She's not just trying to buy him out, she's trying to bring him down. Let's not forget Michelle Randolph's character, who appears torn, emotional, and unsure. She asks, "Is this really who we are now?" That one line hints at a moral center. One theory is that she plays Tommy's daughter, someone caught. Between loyalty to her father and disgust at the damage he's causing, she might be our lens into the story, the one who sees the truth before everyone else does. And she could be the person who either saves him or exposes him. Then there's a wild theory gaining steam online. Tommy's empire is running out of oil. One brief shot in the trailer shows a crew lowering equipment into a well, only to pull up dry mud. A worker shakes his head. If true, the show might explore how men like Tommy cling to power even as their resources and relevance begin to dry up. What does a landman do when there's nothing left underground? Does he adapt, or does he fight to keep the illusion alive? Another scene shows a mysterious man in uniform shaking Tommy's hand. His role isn't named, but fan speculation is pointing toward government involvement. Could environmental regulators, law enforcement, or even federal agents be part of the story? If so, it adds another layer. Landman isn't just about business. It's about who controls the rules, who breaks them, and who gets crushed in the process. The trailer's visual language also hints at something big: fire. Multiple shots show explosions, burning brush, and scorched land. Is this literal sabotage? Is someone trying to destroy Tommy's sights? Or is it symbolic, a warning that everything he's built is about to burn? There's even a theory that a rival oil company is using underhanded tactics to force him out, maybe even eco-terrorism. If true, the show could cross into thriller territory. Here's another interesting twist to consider. Landman might not be about one man's downfall. It could be about an entire industry's collapse. What if this series isn't just a personal drama, but a commentary on the fading power of traditional oil in a changing world? Renewable energy, political pressure, and economic shifts could all play roles, showing us how the future is closing in on these old kings of industry. Tommy may not be fighting a person. He might be fighting time itself, but perhaps the most powerful theory of all? Everyone is lying. The trailer is full of half smiles, secret meetings, and words left unsaid. This could be a world where no one is truly loyal and every deal comes with a hidden cost. Betrayal, corruption, blackmail. They're not just themes, they're survival tactics. Bottom line, Landman Trailer 2 gives us just enough to start asking the right questions, but not enough to find the answers. And that's exactly how a great drama hooks you. We're not just waiting for action. We're watching for signs, digging into expressions, and chasing meaning behind every frame. And if even half these theories are true, we're in for a wild ride. Asterisk, the dust isn't just rising on the Texas plains, it's rising around the release of Landman. And fans want to know one thing: when can we finally step into this oil-soaked world of secrets, power, and betrayal? Trailer 2 gave us more than just tension and mystery. It subtly confirmed that this series is closer than we think. The pieces are in place, the cast is locked in, and the countdown is officially on. So here's everything we know about the release date, episode rollout, and what's coming next. Let's start with the official release date. Paramount Plus has confirmed that Landman will premiere in early 2025, with February 14, 2025, now locked in as the streaming debut. Valentine's Day might seem like an odd choice for a gritty drama about the oil industry, but maybe that's the point. Landman is all about tough love, betrayal, and high-stakes relationships. It's not a date-night drama. It's a heart-pounding exploration of loyalty, greed, and legacy. And the studio knows exactly the kind of audience it's targeting. The series will launch exclusively on Paramount Plus, continuing the streamer's growing library of gritty, character-driven shows under the guidance of Taylor Sheridan, who's now become a household name in prestige television. Sheridan's storytelling style is well-known: slow burn, deep characters, and explosive payoffs, and Landman looks like no exception. The trailer hints at a complex web of politics, business, and personal history, all set against the backdrop of the American oil industry, a world rarely explored in drama with this kind of depth. Now let's talk structure. Landman Season 1 will feature 10 episodes with a weekly release format rather than a binge drop. That means fans will have to wait week to week, just like they did with Yellowstone, 1883, and Mayor of Kingstown. This format fits the Sheridan universe perfectly. It gives room for audience theories, fan breakdowns, and builds tension across the weeks. And judging by how rich the trailer already feels, each episode is going to carry a heavy punch, more like a 10-part movie than a traditional TV series. The first episode, reportedly titled Ground Game, will introduce us to the Central players and lay the groundwork for the conflict ahead. Insiders say the episode opens with a major oil-related incident that sets off a chain of events, forcing Tommy Norris, Billy Bob Thornton, to make a decision that will haunt him throughout the season. It's not just about drilling oil. It's about what people are willing to drill into others to get what they want. Episodes will drop every Friday, which gives fans the full weekend to unpack each storyline and catch all the subtle details. Because, let's face it, Landman doesn't hand anything out easily. It makes you work for it in the best way possible. And with a cast this deep and a world this layered, you'll want to watch every episode more than once. Now here's what's interesting about Paramount Plus's strategy. They're betting big on Landman as not just another show, but a new franchise launcher. While nothing is confirmed, reports suggest that the creators are already planning multiple seasons, spin-offs, and even a possible prequel series that digs into the origins of the oil empire in the 1980s. That means what we see in Season 1 could just be the tip of a much larger story. Clues dropped in this trailer might not pay off until Season 2 or beyond. Behind the scenes, Landman is being positioned as the next evolution of the Yellowstone universe, not a direct spin-off, but a thematic sibling. It shares the same tone, pacing, and moral ambiguity. But while Yellowstone looked at land ownership and ranching dynasties, Landman goes a level deeper into the corporate industrial world, where the land isn't just inherited, it's drilled, sold, and fought over at a global level. In terms of production, the show was filmed across Texas and New Mexico, with real oil fields used to bring authenticity to the locations. That raw realism comes through in every shot of the trailer. You can practically feel the heat, the dirt, and the tension in the air. Paramount reportedly spared no expense in building this world, using practical sets and minimal CGI to keep it grounded. That's one reason fans of Yellowstone in 1883 will feel right at home. The landscape tells a story as much as the characters do. And if you're wondering about early reactions, while full reviews aren't out yet, early buzz from private screenings and insiders is strong. The pilot episode is being described as tight, tense, and morally complex, with Billy Bob Thornton delivering a performance that's equal parts intimidating.